Conservative comedian and human Santa Claus Tim Allen tried to prove that God exists with one incredibly absurd sentence. Let's just take a look at this unreal, very short TikTok clip.
My older daughter's atheist, and I said, well, philosophically, it's an irony there too, because atheists don't believe in God. Well, there has to be a God for you not to believe in. And my daughter.
You played Santa Claus. Does he exist?
Yep. I think that point is about as well made as it could be, but I'll expand on it just for good measure. Tim Allen literally tried to say that his daughter not believing there is a God proves there is a God because you need to have a God to not believe in it. Literally the same as saying, if you don't believe Bigfoot is real, that proves Bigfoot is real because there's a word called Bigfoot about an imaginary thing somebody made up. It's a level of insanity, and it just speaks to the levels that people are willing to go to delude themselves. Of course, you should believe whatever makes you feel comforted in this very strange world. You should have whatever religious belief makes you feel happy, makes you feel warm and soothed, all good. But when you try to act as though it is fact-based, when you try to act as though even those who don't believe in it are completely ridiculous because you believe in a thing that was written in a book once, it is written that you don't have critical thinking skills. And that's just how I see it. But Anna, what do you think?
My favorite thing about, I'm gonna generalize and say a lot of men, but it's particularly pronounced among conservative men, is the unearned confidence when they're speaking, and especially when they're saying something stupid. And you see that in the clip. You see, like, he's got his chin up a little bit. And he's like, I'm gonna make a super smart point. Everyone's gonna love it. It's so deep. It's so deep. So deep it'll put your ass to sleep. Like, it's terrible, terrible. Like, it's just, anyway. The other thing I wanna say is, when I have deeply held beliefs and values, I'm confident in those beliefs and values, to the point where others not believing what I believe doesn't make me insecure about those beliefs and values. And so if you get triggered by people disagreeing with you on things like faith, religion, the existence of God, ask yourself why. Is it because you're questioning the existence of God? Is that maybe what's going on here? I don't know. But either way, do you, I'ma do me, right? Like, why? I don't understand people who are so like frustrated with the non-believers. It's okay. And by the way, there are plenty of people who don't need religion to determine what is and is not moral. There are plenty of wonderful people out there who do kind things to others, for others, and they don't believe in any religion because they don't need religious doctrine to determine what is right and wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I do, and I think you've just found your new Twitter bio. Do you, I'ma do me is probably the best phrase I've ever heard, but it also speaks to the hypocrisy often of people that are very religious. A lot of times they are very Republican and they claim that they're all about freedom. They're all about not ever regulating thought or telling people how they can be. And at the same time, they only have one very specific, very outdated way to see the world. And I joked a minute ago, but when people say things to prove the Bible, they'll always skip over the point of proof. They'll say, it is written. It is written just means somebody wrote it. Like, my stand-up act is written, doesn't make it gospel. It doesn't make any sense. That's actually a joke from my special where I say that, of course, believe what you want to believe, but people always cite as backup proof the only place that says Jesus is God, for example, or whatever your religion is. They have bumper stickers in their car that says, Jesus is God, read the Bible. That's exactly like saying animals can talk. Watch Dr. Dolittle. Yeah, in that story, that's true. But where's the proof that it's a true story? That's the part you're missing, homie.
Yeah, totally. By the way, I saw a bumper sticker the other day that was like a play off of the "Don't Tread on Me," sign. But it was like a poorly drawn snake, and it said, "No step on snake." And I wanted to steal it. It was so fun. It was so funny. I was like laughing about it for 10
That's
minutes.
a slogan I could get. I think I found my new Twitter bio right there. No step on snake is pretty incredible. But that at least is something objective. It's good advice to not step on a snake. Snakes are real. I saw a bumper sticker the other day on someone's car that had an American flag, and on top of it, it said emblazoned on top, "Pray for America." And it was clearly a Trump supporter's car. There was because there was truck nuts hanging under it, and there was a lot of other clues, context clues. You could figure it out. And they believe that because they have a sticker that says "Pray for America," that they're better than us, that they're better than people that don't believe in their own version. What's so sad about it to me is that we all pray for America in our own special way. Just some of us don't think the prayers are magical. Just some of us think prayers means we're putting it out there into the universe. If there is a God, wonderful. Let's hope that he blesses this country. But also in the pretty likely chance that there isn't one, or if there is, it's not the exact man in the sky that you've always been told it is. We can also do things to help improve the lives of people with our own actions here on earth, and don't need to rely on a guy in the sky and be like, "Oh, I'm praying for you." Thoughts and prayers yet again.
Yeah, the contradictions with religion also annoy me. For instance, one of the only appealing things about religion, and I've heard Michelle Bachmann talk about this, and Cenk brings it up a lot too. She talked about how once she realized everything was in God's hands, like it's such a relief, right? It's such a relief to say, like, what am I gonna do about this? I can't do anything about it. It's in God's hands, right? You just take a seat, take a load off. God's got it, So there's that, but then there's the big contradiction of God helps those who help themselves. So it's like, which one is it? Is it in God's hands? And if it is in God's hands, can't I just take a load off? No, I gotta help myself. By the way, isn't it selfish to only think about helping yourself? Like it's not for me, but it's for other people, and I support that it's for other people. It is a nice warm blanket. Let me just say, when my friend died, when Michael Brooks passed away, that was the first time my atheism was tested. Because I wanted so badly to believe that he wasn't gone, that he existed in some way, and that, I don't know. But again, I understand why people go toward religion, and I don't begrudge them for it, because there is something incredibly comforting to believe that we exist in eternity in some fashion, in some way. And that your loved ones aren't really gone. You'll be reunited with them sometime in the future. It's very comforting.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I don't believe it.
It's very comforting, and like I don't begrudge anyone's comfort either. It's just when they act as though it's the only true thing. Another thing I say in my special, Mad King, available on YouTube, is that religions should teach whatever they want to teach, but just put an asterisk by it. We think, we're pretty sure. We have it on good authority. No one's really disproven us. Great, that's fine. Once they say definitively, we are right and you are wrong, that's what leads to wars and stonings and people being thrown off of rooftops and people being discriminated against and left out of their communities. And that's where it becomes very harmful. And so that's why it's sometimes helpful to point out the contradictions and say, sure, okay, you happen to believe Jesus is God's son and also God. I'm confused by it, but sure. But you also say that we're all God's children. So if we're all God's children, then we're all little mini Jesuses, and we're all as much God-like as Jesus is. It's just I'm just quoting your own gospel back to you. So yeah, I think you phrased it perfectly. Yeah, read the Bible, it's in there. We're all God's children. You're welcome. I'm holding church service on Thursday. Why has it gotta be Sundays? So it is a warm blanket, absolutely. And people should have whatever warm blanket they like. But I know a lot of people that wear Snuggies or weighted blankets, but they don't pray to them. So you can, it's a choice, but to then tell everybody else, how come you're all not praying to my warm blanket that makes me feel good? Because it doesn't happen to make me feel good. Doesn't make me any less of a person, doesn't make me any less valid. I just haven't experienced the blanket the way you have.
That's a great point. You're so right about that. Yeah, we don't see people running around trying to suffocate us with their Snuggies. Like it's just not happening, right?
Having people have services where instead of tasting a wafer that is the body of Christ, which is a little creepy to me, they just have you pet them. It's maybe the furries coming back. Maybe these these high school kids that identify as furries, their real point is that they're anointed and they hope to one day be a heavy blanket and just lay on top of people and bless them and heal them with their furry bodies.
Oh my God. These lunatics are gonna take what you're saying literally, and they're already believing all sorts of crazy things. So let's be careful here.
Asterisk.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.